So I think now let's start with this one. We will not study too much today, maybe a little bit. This is the topic which is highlighted by Ahmed that I have to start from here, Java nested try blocks. From the meaning or from the name of this topic, you can understand that how you can nest try blocks with each other. What is nested loop? Nested loop is a loop within some other loop. That is called nested loop. Do you know that or not? If I ask what is nested loop, how you can define that? Yeah, loop inside another loop is called nested loop. So now you have the nested try block. So try block inside another try block is nested try block. So you can nest try blocks at any level. For example, you have the try block, you can write another try block in it. You can write another try block in it. You can write another try block. You can go up to any level you want. Then you have to write their catch blocks also. Sometime you will write, sometime you will not write. And then what would be the effect you will see with the upcoming examples. So a try block inside another try block is permitted, is permissible, is allowed in Java. You can write a try block inside another block. And this is called nested try blocks. If you have written something like that, or if you have built structure like that, that is called nested try blocks. This has some other meaning. When your program is executed, basically behind the scene, your JVM always use the stack. Always use the stack. And similarly, for exceptions, we similarly behind the scene, behind when your program is executing, your JVM is basically using stack to handle all kinds of exceptions. And now, before going on to that nested try block, anyhow, you can see that if you have this try block, this is the main try block. We are calling it main. This is the starting, and where it is ending, I don't know. And these are the two statements in it. And then we are writing another try block in it, and this is the starting, and where it is ending, I don't know. So, and these are the two statements, 3, 4 in it. And then in this try block, we have started another try block in it. This is the third one. And then this is the starting two statement, and this is the ending of this try block, okay? Now, if some exception will occur here in statement 5 and 6, we will come out. So this structure is called nested try block, okay? But I am also giving you the understanding that if some exception will occur in this try block, we will come out of this try block and we will search for the catch block. If catch block is there, then we will try to match that exception. If it is not, then some other thing can happen. Some other thing can happen. But the control is the same as we are doing previously. We will come out of this try block if the exception is occurring here. And we will search the catch block for that respective exception here. If that exception will match, okay, that is okay. That will be executed. Anyhow, now leave this exception. So this try block is now ended and we have this catch block. This catch block is connected with this try block, okay? This is the thing that you have to understand. This catch block is connected with this try block because the brackets are giving you that idea. And now this is the end. This is the end of what? This is the try block. This is the try and the catch block. And this try block is inside this second try block. This was the starting, but I didn't find the ending. But now I have found its ending. This is the end of that try block. Second try block. This is the ending bracket of that second try block. And if you will find some exception here, you will come out of this try block and the control will come here and it will be matched. You have the catch block and it will match with that exception. So this catch block is basically with this try block, second try block. And this will be executed when this try block, when it is ending here, so it will be executed after that. There is some effect, but I am not telling. If this, I will tell you later. There are some other options can happen, but it will make the things complicated, so I'm not mentioning those. Now, this is the end of that catch block, and now this is the end of something, but I don't know. This was the starting of the first try block, but I didn't find the closing bracket of that try block at that time. So that is the closing bracket of that try block, first try block. If some exception will occur in statement 1 or 2, I will come out of this try block, and this is the catch block, which is linked with this first try block, which is linked with this first try block. And that will be matched, and whatever it is written here, that will be executed. And so this structure, tries block within another try block. This third is within 2. This third try block is within second try block, and this second is within first try block. So this is basically what? This is nested try blocks. And how the catch blocks are connected with them, I have explained only that thing. But there are also some other options which can happen. You will see those options in the upcoming slides. But I can also explain, but leave it now. That will come in the upcoming slides. And now the question is why we use nested try blocks. This is the question. Why we use nested try block. So as from here, we don't know where or in which portion the exception will occur, either in the first try block, either in the second try block, either in the third try block. So that is something. Sometimes situation may arise when a part of the block may cause one error. So any block can cause an error, can cause an exception. Here error means exception. Any block of your program can cause an exception, cause an error. And for example, here you have 3 blocks. So for example, if this portion will cause exception, then you can handle that portion with that catch exception. If this portion will cause exception, second try block, you can handle that exception with that second catch exception. If this first try block will cause an exception, you can handle that with its respective catch. So What is the use of nested try block, or what is the benefit of the nested try blocks? Because then you can handle different exceptions which can occur at different parts of your programs. Because then you can handle different errors or exception which are occurring at different positions of your in your program. So this is what written here. Now moving toward example 1. In this example, we will have a try block that will not have a catch block. We will have a try block that will not have a catch block. Then the catch of the outer try block would be checked and executed in sequence. So in this example, it is being said that we will have some try catch block. That catch block will produce or generate some exception, but that catch block will not have its own catch block. Then what will happen? That exception will be propagated to the next level, or that exception will be posted to the next level. Let's see what is that meaning. For example, here we have the public class. The name of the class is nested try block. This is the starting, and maybe here it is the ending. I don't know. We will finally check it. This is the ending. And here we have the main method. This is the starting, and I don't know where it is ending. Maybe this is the ending. Let's check it. This is try, catch, try, catch. This is the end of first try, and then it's catch. Okay, and then this is the end of the main. Okay, this is the end of the main. Maybe we have some bracket here for the class also. So this is the end of the main. Now let's see, this is the outer try. So this is the first try block starting from here. And then in this try block, we have another try block, and this outer try block does not have any statement. And we have the second try block, and this try block has statement first going to divide. So this will be printed whenever the control will come here. This message will be printed on the screen without any condition, because it's simply a message. And then we have int b39 divided by 0. This is the main method. When you will execute this program, this main method will start executing. So int b39 divided by 0. So here it is divided by 0. So here exception is occurring. And exception is what? Divide by 0. And this is the end of the try block. So exception is occurring here. Before occurring of exception, this will be displayed on your screen, okay? This will be displayed on screen, as you can see here, the first statement, going to divide by 0. So this is displayed. Now exception occurred here in try block 2. So I will come out of this try block 2. This is the end of the try block 2. So control will come out of this try block 2 here after the closing bracket of this try block. This closing bracket is this closing bracket for this one. And I will search for the divide by 0. Here catch is equal to divide by 0 is what? Arithmetic. So here arithmetic exception. So it will be matched. It will be matched and copied into this E. And then what? This is the catch block, end of catch block, and system.out.print E. So you are printing that E. So that will be java.lang, that arithmetic exception, and divide by 0, which you are seeing on the second line. This is the output. Seeing on the second line. Okay. Up to now, we don't have any issue. So this try block, and this is the catch block. This catch block is connected with this one. This try block has the starting bracket, but it is not closed yet. It is not closed yet. Where it is closed, we will see. So that bracket is still opened. Okay. I am just making a rectangle here for just identification. And then we have another try block. That exception which was generating, it is now handled here. So that's why you are seeing that message. And now we are here on this try block. So try block is starting, and here we have array, and we are defining that array with array size 5. Size of the array is 5. So it will start from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It will go up to 4. This array, you want an array which can store 5 elements. So this is the size of the array. So it will store first element at 0th index, second 1, 2, 3, 4. It will go up to 4. And now the next statement is A5 into 4. When you will store A4, when you will store this number 4 in 5th index, this is not existing in that array because it will start from 0. And it will, when it will start from 0, it will go up to 4. And this 5th is the 6th, is the 6th one. So now you have the exception here. Now you have the exception. Now you have the exception. Exception is generating here in this try block. This is the end of this try block. So the control will come out of this try block, and I will come here after the closing bracket. And the closing bracket, after that, we have the catch here. What is that catch? This is array, something exception related to array. Array index out of bound. And here array index out of bound. This is the name of the class. So now that name is matching with that class name. That exception is matching with that class name. And so that exception message will be copied here into this E, which you are printing here. And that would be whatever java.lang array index out of bound. And what is that index? 5. So that will be index, yeah, that 5 will be printed. So message like that will be printed. Java.lang array index out of bound colon, and then index 5 out of bounds for length 5. Anyhow, so due to this system.out.println, you are seeing that output. You are seeing that output. Now what? The control is now here. And after that, after the catch block, the control is here. And after that, there is only one. This is the statement. Other statement, it will be printed on the screen, as you can see here. And similarly, now this is the closing bracket of something. I don't know. Let's check it. So this is the starting here, and which was ending here. And that is catch block. So now previously, this try block, outer try block has the starting bracket, but we didn't find its closing bracket. So this is the closing bracket of that outer try block. Okay. But we don't have any exception left yet. We have exceptions in that outer try block, but all exceptions are handled inside it. The exception here in the second try block was handled here in this catch block. The exception here in that try block was handled here with array index out of bound. And now this catch block is, and if we have exception here before the closing bracket, then I will come out here and I will match, and I will print that exception with this catch. Okay. So now this outer try block does not have any exception. So the control will come here, but this catch is not needed because we don't have any exception. So then what? The control will be forwarded to the end of the catch block. After the end of the catch block, this is the statement. And this is what's showing normal flow. So that's why you will see that normal flow here. That's why you will see that normal flow here. What was that one? When a try block does not have a catch. Here we don't have. This is not example, I think. This is not matching with that thing. When a try block does not have a catch, okay, then the catch of the outer block is checked and execute. This is not, this example is not saying anything about this point. Okay. Maybe the next example. And let's see, I can just judge it. I'm just making a quick look so that maybe it is saying anything. Yeah. Yes, yes. You can. Here the exception is occurring. That is with respect to this array, but this is not with respect to that array. So that catch block will not execute. That will also not execute. That will be executed because they are not matching. So maybe, but I will do that later on. I will modify these. Maybe I will remove this point. I will shift that point to the next slide. Okay, because that point is more connected with with this one. Okay. Here, this first point is saying, let's see an example where we place a try block within another try block for two different exceptions. So we have this try block for one exception. We have this another try block for another exception. And we place these two try blocks in this try blocks. So for two different, so this point one is, for example, one. Okay. And I have not underlined here. Here, underline is only for me, not for you. You don't have to take care, okay? You don't have to focus on underlines things. Underline is only direction for me. Underline is only direction for me, for myself. It is not for you that it is important. No, it is not important. It is direction for me that on which points I have to focus. So here my direction is wrong. So this first point, this example one is with this point, in which it is saying that we place a try block within another try block. So here we are placing try block within another try block for two different exceptions. Here we have one exception, here we have second exception. Okay, so this first point is for the example one. This is with the next example. And for this next example too, the first point is that when a try block does not have a catch, then, for example, if this try block does not have a catch and the try is producing exception, then the control will go to the outer try block. Okay, control will go to the outer try block. So when a try block does not have a catch, if it is not, and your try block has the exception, then the catch of the outer try block would be checked. Would be checked. For example, here in this example, you have this try block and that try block nested in it. Or come here. If you have the exception in this try block, but you don't have that catch here, then this exception will go to the outer catch block. Then this exception will go to the end of the, so then this exception will become the part of this outer try block, and the control will go to the catch of this try block, which is that one. This is important point that you have to understand. Again, if these three try blocks are nested, and if you have the exception here in this try block, third try block, but you don't have that catch block for this try block, then this exception, as this try block is inside this second try block, so then this exception will become the part of this second try block, and this exception is still occurring. You have to handle that exception. Only then your program can run normally. So that exception is now the part of that second try block. So we will come out of this second try block, which is ending here. And if you have the catch here, that's okay. If you don't have the catch, then what will happen? This exception will become the part of that outer try block further, the first try block. So if you have the catch block for that first try like that, if you have, then we will come out to this catch block. Otherwise, if you don't have that catch block, then your program will terminate abnormally. This is called propagation. This is called propagation. So now example 2. And in this example, what is being said here? When the try block within nested try block, inner try block 2, does not handle the exception. So for example, if inner try block 2 is not handling the exception, then what? The control is then transferred to the parent, to the outer try block. This is what we said here when I was explaining things here. So now we will see at this example. Public class. Are you understanding what I'm saying? If I am not in a good mood, it does not mean that you also have not in a good mood. It is true that I am not in a good mood, but you should have to be in a good mood, okay? For better understanding. If you will not be in a good mood, then you will not understand anything. Are you understanding? Just raise your hands. Honestly. Otherwise, I will repeat this thing. 1, 2. Yeah, because only 1 or 2 slides, so I can repeat. Let's see. We have sufficient time, so we can. So this is example 2. So let's see it. Public class nested try block. This is the name of the class starting, and this is the main starting, and where it is going on. Let's see. Maybe it will come like that. First, 1 for main, 1 for the program. Maybe. Let's see. So when you will execute, main method will execute, and the try block first starting, and then you have another try block inside it, then you have another try block inside it, and here you have the array in this third try block, and array is with 0, 1, 2, 3. So with 4 elements, array with 4 elements. So these are the elements in it, which you are initializing this array with these 4 elements. And now, but next you are printing the element at position 10. This is not okay, because we don't have 10th position in this array. So we have the exception here. We have the exception. So exception is generated here in this try block. In this try block, the exception is occurring here. So then what? We will come out of this try block and we will search for the catch. And this is array index out of bound exception. But here in this catch, we have arithmetic exception. So that exception is not matching with this class of the exception. With this arithmetic exception, not matching. So it means that that catch block will not execute. So this is the end of the catch block. This is the end of the catch block, and this is the end of the second try block here, this one, okay? This is the end of the second try block, this one. And exception is still occurring. We have passed through this try block and catch block, but exception is still not handled. It is still in the memory. It is still in the memory. So then what? We will go. So this is the end of this try block. So now your exception is still occurring in this try block number 2. So we will, so yes. This try block starts from here and ends here. And here we have the exception at this statement, which is not handled. So it means that exception is still in this try block, in this, from this, actually the exception occurred here in this try block, in the third one, but it was not handled here. So now that exception is now becoming the part of second try block, outer try block. Time, yeah, okay. After this example, I will finish. So I will come out of this try block and I will search for this catch. This is the catch for the second try block. And the exception is what? Array index out of bound. It is not matching again. So it will not execute. And this is the end of what? End of the first try block. So that exception is now becoming the part of that first try block. And now you will come out of this try block. First try block, that is the catch, which is connected with what? Maybe with the first one. Is there anything we have done mistake? This is the catch for that one. This is the catch for second, and this. Anyhow, so now that catch block. So now here that exception is matching, and the things will be copied here, and what will be, and system.out.print.e4 would be java.lang.array index out of bound, and the 10th is the index out of bounds for length is 4, and then outer main try block. So this is what? Outer main try block. So this is now the exception which was generated now handled. And now we have another catch block, but we don't have exception, so we will not execute it. And this is the end of the main, and this is the end of the class. So now in this example too, you have seen for this point and also for this point that how things are happening. If you have exception which is not handled in inner try block, the control of that exception will go to the outer try block until you have the try blocks and the catch blocks. And I will start from here next, inshallah. Now this topic is ended. Whatever it is ended.